What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. So Nunu was asked by Hip Hop is Real concerning the URL and Norb's $40 million lawsuit that Norb's got in on the URL. The AXA take on it. And Nunu Nail was saying a few things. We all know her and Norb's history wasn't a good one. She tended to be very outspoken about his position in the URL. In fact, she's probably one of the first persons I ever heard said Norbs wasn't a real boss in the URL. And the real boss is Smack, Chico, and Beasley. Well, according to Nunu Nails is saying that very same thing. That she don't believe Norb's gonna even get $40 from the URL. That won't even be there won't even be a settlement. She said that Norb's haven't recruited nobody in a long time, and some of the work that he was doing and getting credit for wasn't even actually his work. That it was other people that was doing it, but he was getting the credit for it. She also said that he was nothing but a work for hire, and that's it. Okay, Nunu Nails, shut up. You wrong. You wrong. And he definitely going to leave this settlement with something. He gonna be a whole lot well off than y'all. I bet you that. Now, here's the thing, sweetheart. Though he may have been a simp or somebody that they walk over, what you don't get, that's one of the charges that's one of the counts that he put on the URL for misleading and misrepresenting him as a person who's supposed to have been an owner when they knew he really wasn't, but had him believing that he was and doing all these things that he was doing and bringing in thousands of dollars of sponsorship money. So that's not work for hire. That's not work for hire. And that's one thing that you're not going to be able to get around. His star witnesses. How about Star? You ain't going to be able to get around him. You ain't going to be able to get around that. You wasn't even there. You wasn't even there. 2009, you wasn't there at that URL event, the first kickoff of it when Star was hosting it. You wasn't there. So that's where it all come from. Because according to Nunu, she said he ain't even on none of the contracts. Well, that's another thing you don't understand. The URL didn't even have contract to 2013. Then they did another contract signing of ownership in 2017. But they was established in 2009. That's another one of the counts that Norbs is holding against them. That they did secretly paperwork without his knowledge of it. When the company was founded in 2009. Okay? So you wrong on that. And you actually proving his case, actually. You actually proving his case. You still must not seen the text messages that Norbs also brought before the court of Beasley and him texting back and forth. And Beasley was trying to get Norbs to move on the sponsors to get that money. That Gerald McCoy, a well-respected NFL player, who also gonna take the stand in Norb's behalf. How you gonna get around that? You can't say the man worked for hire and Gerald McCoy is going to show proof of financial documents and paperwork that he gave Norbs on behalf of the URL to be used in the business and building in the URL. You can't get around that. You can't get around that. That's not work for hire. So I know what you're trying to do, and I know what you have to do. But one thing you're not doing, you're not being real. And that's what bothered me about a lot of people who claim to be real, who claim to be solid, who claim to be stand up. You better off not saying nothing at all rather than expose yourself as a fraud to make yourself look bad. While you trying to shame him, you making yourself be discredited because we know a truth. Everybody know a truth in battle rap that the URL and them cannot deny. They are on record claiming that this man is a founder and owner along with them on numerous occasions on every battle rap platform. You can't take that away. You can't sweep that under the bridge. You can't falsify that and lie about that. Those are real, true facts that happened and took place. So you're going to be wrong on that. You're definitely going to be wrong on that. So you mislead in that situation. And that's what I find very appalling, very wrong about what you're doing. Because you purposely sitting there speaking as though it's true when you even know that it's a lie. And we know your position you take in the URL and why you have to say that. Let's just keep it real. You got a bad name out here in this battle rap community as far as your past relationships of people in this community. So guess what? Your word don't even hold weight. Your word don't even hold weight. Especially when you're speaking on the behalf of the people that you are allegedly been in sexual relationships with. So your word don't even hold no weight. You can't even take the stand. But then you'll be proven a liar and you'll be proven wrong. Because they already on record admitting it, telling the truth. He already got text messages, phone calls, and everything. You can't get around that. You can't get around that. Neither can they. Neither can they. And you're right. He have no paperwork. But they see this what you not getting. He have no paperwork, but yet they said he would work for hire. So how does he work for hire without a contract? How is he a contracted work for hire without a contract? How you gonna hire a contractor when the purpose of hiring a contractor is to have a contract? There's no contract. But you admit that you hired him. Now you're in trouble with the government because you admitting you hired him for money and there's no record of the money that you are making running a business on government soil. That's where tax invasion come in at. Where the IRS and them come in at. That's what make this case funky. And it's crazy because even in one of the URL paperwork, whoever typed it up, they said something to this degree, and it's crazy. They said we started the URL, we started Smack Off where we made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. That's what they said in the writing. They don't even know that they told on themselves. Why would they say that? You admitted that you made thousands and thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars off this stuff, and there ain't no paperwork of it. And Uncle Sam didn't get they cut. They incriminated themselves out of their own mouth. That's terrible. Them judges in it. Tear that paperwork apart. Girl, this thing bigger than you think. And that man was never given his tax forms, and he on record working for them for 10 years. They even saying it that we had to cut him loose and huh? Yeah, that's what you don't get. So, come on, Nunu. That's crazy. You better off not saying nothing at all. You better off just saying, yeah, I understand the situation. It's a messed up thing, but I don't know what to say. It's a lot of stuff that I don't have no knowledge of, and I don't want to speak out on something I don't know about and be made a butt of myself. So I can't speak on that. You ain't even say that. You better off saying that though, rather than just saying, nah, he ain't do nothing. He don't do nothing. He take everybody else credit. Everybody else did that. He ain't never really did nothing. He not getting a dime. Now you sounding like you a hater. Like you got a hidden agenda and a different motive behind these things. So that don't play out so well. But we understand it and we know where it's coming from. But it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment, that's a question, it's yours. Hit the link in the description box, subscribe to Battle Truth, join my Patreon if you ain't a member of my Patreon. I don't know, man. What y'all think about New Nails coming out talking about Norbs ain't getting $40 of the $40 million that he trying to pursue from the URL, that he actually was piggybacking off other people's work, taking credit for that, and that he don't have no paperwork, ownership, or nothing like that. What do y'all think of her speaking on that? Do that sound like a person who's speaking some genuine stuff from the heart, or a person who got a different hidden agenda and motive? We're in the comments, so let's talk about it.